Hello, everyone. I'm back. I know last week, it seemed like it seemed like a year. This week, this past 10 days seemed like a week, see what I mean? Like a year to me. But last week, I'm sorry if we had to cancel this show. A lot of things happened to my guests and myself. So it's been a little bit crazy. But we're here today, and before I start, I want to say that this is the first, episode of this segment called Femme and Friends, where I'm going to be bringing in podcasters, YouTube creators, TikTokers, anyone who loves to talk about pop culture and reality TV and Housewives and Bravo. And we're going to be talking about, it's going to be a social commentary along with astrology and a little bit of spiritualism. We're just going to bring everything in and just make this very like a fun, light show. Because you know me, I love my housewives, I love my reality TV and generally pop culture. So this is going to be exciting. Georgio is going to be with us soon. Hopefully he can log on. I was just talking to him just 2 minutes ago, which is why I was late. I'm checking now my messages. And we have more guests. So until this month is going to be full, I'm going to have a lot of lives. And the next guest is going to be next week, and it's going to be Shannon from Everything's Hunky Dory. She's got a podcast too. She's a podcaster. She posts a lot of funny memes and posts on Instagram. She is really a ball of energy. You will love her, guys. You will love her podcast too. And then after that, after Shannon, so on the 25th of March, I'm bringing on he's sort of like new on the scene. He reads tarot and he's on TikTok. He does it on TikTok. His name is Isaac. And his handle is at, what is it? Gold Street Tarot. Sorry, I have to check. Me being an Aquarius and me being Dory is forgetting stuff. So he's going to be on and we're going to be talking about tarot. And I know that everyone's been waiting for that. So this is not going to be on the Femme and Friends. This is going to be live where we're going to just talk about tarot. He's been reading tarot for the last 3 or 4 years. He's really good. He really explains the cards amazingly on TikTok, which is how I found him, how I reached out to him, how I asked him to come on, and he was more than happy to do it. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot more and like bigger names coming on as well. So guys, spread the word, share my videos, share this channel, help me out a little bit just to get more traction and more exposure out there, because I've got so many plans and so many big things coming your way. So before we start and before I bring on Georgio, who is backstage, I just want to say hello to the chat as usual, to the beautiful femmies that are always here. You guys are an amazing support. I love you. I don't know what I would do without you. You're incredible human beings and souls, and thank you. That would be Marka, who is also my mod. Thank you, Marka, for being here. James, lots of love, James. We've got Gabrielle too, who's also my mod. I just made her one. I need mods, guys. I need mods. Luckily, I've been lucky so far. I haven't had that many trolls or negative comments, but you never know. You never know on YouTube. And also, mods will be reminding you to like and subscribe and share and all that, which I always forget. I'm terrible. So who else is here? Let me just have a quick look. Boxster Girl, hey. Hi, I'm so happy to see you. Audrey's here too. Hey, Audrey. Joey. Hi. Oh, guys, you make my day, honestly. Hi, Cindy. Yes, you made it to the live. We made it to the live compared to last week. So many, it was just like a topsy-turvy week. Sunita, hey. Who else is here? And Black Coffee, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, girl? How are you? Yeah, Aqua Gang in the house. And guess what? Giorgio is my Aqua brother. Yay! I'm so excited. I'll just bring him on. George, are you Giorgio, are you ready? I'm bringing you on. I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi,
For some
gorgeous.
reason, my purchased camera will not connect to this. So I'm using the one that came in the computer. So I apologize if I don't look as well
You
lit.
actually look tanned. You look like you just came back from Cabo or something.
I wish. Oh, please. I would love to go to Cabo right now. Trust me.
And
Hi,
share
everybody.
your skin
I see the
routine.
chat is blowing up. What?
Yes, they're all excited that you're here. Yay!
Are we the Aqua Gang in the house? Is what I was hearing. We have an Aqua Gang going on.
Let's
We need
see,
t-shirts.
Aquas.
That's right,
drop
baby.
your aqua emojis.
Hi, Mocha. Oh my gosh, I love the love. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I told
my
you.
YouTube channel is still a baby, so I'm afraid to go live because I think that it would be like crickets.
No, we're here. Guys, go over to Giorgio's YouTube channel and, like his videos. I've also been on his channel, just FYI, and on his podcast. And subscribe to his channel, guys. Let's help him build those numbers. You need to reach the 1,000 mark so you can have a community tab.
Yes, I would love that. Oh, that's why I don't have it. See, I'm learning something every day. I'm still getting my feet wet, and I appreciate everyone's support thus far. But yeah, I'm excited for this. This is my first YouTube live.
Ooh, it's going to be good. Listen, this community is a soulful community. They're wonderful human beings, wonderful souls. So you're in good hands.
I can tell. I love it. Hi, Allison.
Hi,
Mocha, everybody. I love it. Hi, James.
Allison, mwah.
Allison, thank you.
There you go. Look at this. Working for you. Please subscribe to Georgia Says. Yes.
Thank you. Wow.
And I pinned on the chat as well where you can find Georgia on TikTok and Instagram too. So head on over there. Well, after the live, you don't want to miss what we're going to be talking about today, which is Salt Lake City.
That's right.
And
oh my gosh. I need to send, do you mind? Can I have 1 minute? I need to show you something that came yesterday.
Yeah.
I just got my last batch and it's already sold out, but I have one that I need to send you. So I'll need to get your address after this live. Give me 1 second.
Of course. Yes. Oh my God. I'm excited. I'm just going to talk to the chat. Oh, Allison, you're amazing. Thank you for subscribing to Giorgio. Show Giorgio some love. He's doing amazingly. I'm going to tell you a little backstory. I met Giorgio on TikTok and I started talking to him. I was drawn to him. You know me, reading energies. When I see someone on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, where I'm drawn to because of their energy, I reach out to them. So, and then they become instantly my family, my online family. And Giorgio, that's what happened with Giorgio. I reached out. Actually, no, I reached out after you posted a reading I did with Kempire.
Oh my gosh, that is the moment that I think I was like, I have to have a conversation with her. And then I think maybe shortly after that, you reached out and we're like siblings.
We're totally and we've got a lot of things in common that we realized as well. Yes. So I keep telling everyone there are no coincidences in life, but show me.
So in the spirit of, and first of all, I need to thank everyone who purchased it because 50% of the proceeds are going to help the relief in the Ukraine. But I have one more left, and it's coming to you, my love, because we're talking about it today. This is the hot mic rant of Lisa Barlow, and it's
love it.
So you can write notes, you can do all that. So this one is coming to you. So I'm going to get your address. I can send this to you because I sold out. So I'm super excited.
Thank you. And you know what? You're getting some crystals.
Oh, yes. And congrats on that, because I was just about to say, when I'm done with this, I do my online shopping on Fridays because I'm old. And I was going to go into your shop and purchase some crystals because I love crystals. And I'm so happy that you launched your store.
Well, I've got to send you some freebies anyways. With love, handpicked intuitively with love. And what's meant to be is meant to be. And Shirley, he's an Aqua. He's an Aquarius.
Yes, I'm an Aquarius.
I love how
No,
she says,
not
please
Gemini.
don't say
No,
Gemini.
no.
Oh dear, because I kind of like shade Gemini, like Kempire and I usually shade Geminis, Pisces, and Capricorn. Well, to be fair, I shade Capricorns. Kempire doesn't. So it's like a running joke now. So the Geminis are all like, I know you shade us, but I still like you. And I'm like, it's a joke. It's humor. I mean well.
People pick fun at Aquarius too for not showing emotion, although I don't really agree with that all the time. I feel like I show emotion. Right? I showed a lot of emotion to you.
True. But hey,
so I'm an anomaly, I guess.
Well, we felt comfortable because Aquarians don't normally show emotions. Aquarians are quite distant and they can be seen as snobby. But Aquarians are, they're the opposite of snob. It's just a protective mechanism. We're in our own little world, bubble, mothership, whatever you want to call it.
Aloof.
Aloof, not maloof. Marka says, oh, thank you, Marka. Oh, everyone's talking about the crystals.
Oh, see, I'm telling you, people need this right now.
Yeah, Alison will talk next week about the crystals because we have a reading together. Yeah, James, I tell you, all the Aquarians, you know how, and we'll talk about it because I did a little research. I actually found a Reddit thread. Someone did the work. Someone actually did a whole chart about the star signs of Housewives in the history of Housewives. I've got it here. Hold on, I've got the tab, guys.
That is wild.
Let me give you the tea because that's wild. Aquarians, we're not that many in Housewives. So, oh God, it's what happened here? Sorry, hold on, guys, because I lost the thread. Damn it. It's incredible. Like most of the Housewives are Tauruses. We will talk about this in a second. Anyways,
there's a lot of Cancer Housewives too.
Cancers too. That's true. I lost the tab. I'll get back to it in a minute. But there is a lot. Yes. A lot of Cancer, a lot of Taurus. Let me see if this is loading. I don't know what my computer is doing. All right. Doesn't matter. I'll come back to it in a minute. Link it. Good idea. Hold on. Let me link it. Oh, okay. It loaded. I will link it as well. So we've got Tauruses are by far the majority. Then it's Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer comes fifth, Scorpio, Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius. Actually, no, it's Pisces. Pisces is the one with the least housewives are Pisces. Actually,
wow, there's more Aquarius than there are Pisces. That's interesting.
That is interesting, actually. Okay, I posted it, guys. I linked it down below so you can have a look down. Right, so let's jump in.
Yes.
Georgio, talk to me. Reunion part 2.
You mean the let's take down Lisa Barlow?
Oh, poor, I felt so bad. She's a Sag as well. Like, she, like, if you back her into a corner as a Sagittarius, and I've got all their star signs, I'm going to put them up in a minute. They react. Poor Lisa. But, how did you feel about Meredith? About the dynamic between those two? They're both Sagittariuses, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah,
well,
hold on.
Here's the thing. I think Meredith plays dirty, but she keeps it more clean in the sense like her hands won't show up dirty. Because I do think that there's things that happen behind the scenes. The unfortunate thing with these types of shows, specifically Housewives, the rule is if it's not on camera, you can't even go there. So it could be a lot of stuff that happened while filming that Lisa had dealt with in terms of maybe Meredith not having her back. And I think truly Lisa feels like she's tried to be a good friend to Meredith. I really do believe that. I don't think that she's just saying that. I know some housewives try to play that card, but I really think that she was. I think what went left was you know, obviously this hot mic situation doesn't help anything, but I think it's just they're tit for tatting each other. I think that's ultimately what I think it is. And it's a long friendship, so there's history there. It's not like they just met on the show.
It's true. And I did a reading with Kempire a couple of months ago or a month ago about it because he asked that question. I don't remember exactly what came up, but I do remember the gist of it, which was that they will sort of like rekindle their friendship at some point because they do have sisterly love.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what came up. They're both Sagittariuses. I feel that Meredith, you know, she's got that legal background, so I think she's more diplomatic and tactful in the way she communicates and expresses herself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas poor Lisa, and you know, she's not one of my favorites, although I like Sages normally, I like their energy. But I did feel bad for her. It was like an attack fest.
1000%.
She carried the show. Well, aside from the Mary drama and the Jen Shah drama, she carried the rest of the show.
Oh, I literally said that the other day. I
You did?
feel 100% that she should absolutely be sitting next to Andy because she has brought up the conversations around Mary's church. She's gone in to try to seemingly repair Jen and Meredith's friendship. She almost got attacked on the Sprinter van. She's not being supported by her friend. And then now all we're going to focus on is what she said in that room. And that's all her claim to fame is going to be. And so I'm kind of, listen, I'm trying not to be biased, but I've gotten to enjoy Lisa as this season has progressed. Like the amount of respect I have for her. Because I feel like even though she may be tit for tatting on some things, she's defending herself rightfully so. Those ladies came in ready to like rip her to shreds. It's clear.
It's clear. And you saw at some point I could feel Meredith. Meredith, because she was like shaking at some point.
Yep.
Like, you know, she was like so distressed. And I felt bad for her because that was unfair that they attacked her about the timeline of her dad's memorial. I thought that was petty. That was ridiculous.
It was such a low because it has nothing to do with it has no connection to anything. I think what they were trying to do is say that she basically said that to get out of coming to Vale. And that was where the question was, is that, oh, I thought your dad's memorial was on Monday, but we left on Tuesday, but you told Lisa, but she didn't tell Lisa that. Even though Lisa claims to say that is what she said, that she was at the memorial when she called her on the Sprinter van. I do feel bad. And I also felt bad that Meredith had a little moment where she kind of had to explain, like, there was a lot of stuff going on in my family that I couldn't talk about. It's not my story to tell. And that I think is tough, especially if you're on a reality show. They want you to talk about stuff, but some stuff you really can't speak on, right? I mean, if you and I were on a reality show and one of our family members was going through something, they're not on the show, but you're still dealing with it, right? So you're going to bring some of that energy into your show, and then people are just like, what's going on? But you can't really divulge. So I think that's part of the challenge here. Not able to really, it's not like there's no cameras and you can just, like, if there was no cameras, everyone would know, but they're filming a show, and I'm sure Meredith is very cognizant of that.
And you know what's interesting? I just didn't like the fact that everyone was blaming Lisa for lying generally, Whitney especially. Like, Whitney was really and I'm like, listen, I mean, and let's look at her chart because I've got everything here. But she's a Sagittarius. Sagittarius don't normally lie. Cancers, Pisceans, water signs lie.
Yes.
Geminis too. Sorry, Geminis. But Geminis just like, they don't, white lies. Geminis are about white lies. But and it's more about, Geminis do it more because it's all about their image, and they just lie in order to either sort of add to an argument or just to make a point. You know what I mean? So it's more of a white lie than anything. But I don't think Lisa was the one who set up, you know, the whole catering thing, the whole catering drama and all that. I just don't believe all that. I just feel that the other girls and listen, Whitney did not have a storyline, did she? I mean, I love Whitney, don't get me wrong. She's comedic relief in a sense. but she didn't have a storyline. So it was all about, let's attack Lisa.
Well, they didn't have anything else. Mary wasn't there. Here's the thing. They were hoping Mary would be there. They would take all the heat off Jen and just go after Mary and her church. Well, Mary said, no, I'm not coming to that. So now, who else do we have? Whitney, to your point, didn't have a storyline. Heather, sorry, I think you're a nice person, but you didn't really have anything going on. It's Lisa. That's the only person, because she gave us the most, I feel like.
True.
And it's funny because most people thought this was going to revolve around Jen and her stuff. And funny enough, it's barely about Jen and her stuff. Isn't that crazy?
Right. And the fact, and I love how gormless, as they say in England, she is, like, so ignorant, like, or she seems so ignorant and out of touch with reality. I mean, Jen Shah, the whole thing, but we'll get to Jen. I just want to show everyone Lisa's, sort of, this is what I got online. Okay. So I'm not sure how accurate it is, but her sun sign is in Sagittarius in the 9th house. And let me remind everyone, sun is your identity and ego. Moon is your emotions, your soul, pretty much your shadow self. And then you have the rising sign, which is your social personalities, your physical body too. It's how people perceive us. It's also, let's say, first impressions. So when you make a first impression onto someone, usually they pick up your rising as a first impression. Have you ever, hold on, let me bring me back. Have you ever met someone where the first impression wasn't that great, but when you started getting to know them, you kind of warm up to them? That's because you're picking up their rising sign, their ascendant, which is what they want to project. And then you get to know more of the sun sign and the moon sign. So let's look at Lisa. So here it is, moon in Capricorn. I don't have the rising because obviously they don't have the time of birth or the place of birth. And I want to look at Mars. Wow, Mars in Sagittarius.
She has a lot of Sagittarius in her chart, though.
Fire, fire, fire. She is combative. She is
well,
combative.
And you know, the thing about her is she's as sweet as she can be. You know, she can do both. I can see Lisa going, you know, understanding, taking it, and then snap. I mean, we saw it on the Sprinter van.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
She sat there and said, "You want to go?
Yeah.
Let's go." Like, I don't care anymore. So I see that in her, and I think she's bringing that to the reunion. I think she also is letting production know this is really foul that you guys set me up the way you did, because they set her up. They absolutely set her up.
They did, but you know, she's no pushover, and that's what I like about Lisa. And with that moon in Capricorn, it just shows that she's got her emotional side, her shadow self in check. But with that moon in Capricorn, it means that she is prone to ups and downs and really deep downs. Okay. She's very, her emotionally, she feels a lot more secure and stable when her finances are good, are in check. She's got, you know, savings for a rainy day. She basically thrives when it comes to work and making money, and with that moon and Sagittarius too. But Sagittarius just tend to like pick one project up and then they lose interest and then they grab something else and then they're off to something else. A lot. Let me just go check again a little bit her. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, she's got a lot of Sag. Lilith,
yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. Pluto in Libra too. Jupiter in Pisces. Wow. 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 It seems like Lisa doesn't have, like, I feel that in her life, she's been having things like seem okay and sort of things are rolling and things are fine. And I just feel that in her life, she probably has like these dramatic tower effects, as I call them in tarot, as we call them in tarot, where like disaster just like happens in her life, and then she has to deal with that. And then once everything's okay, everything's very smooth for maybe a few years, and then I just feel that this is like a pattern for Lisa from what I'm seeing. It's a shame we don't know her rising. So Mars Sagittarius and then Venus in Capricorn. So Venus in Capricorn. Venus is the planet of love, partnership, friendship too. Let me see her 7th house. 7th in Scorpio. Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh. A lot of
That's
karmic
interesting.
stuff there, but she's very much about family. So I don't know what's her husband's name? Do you remember?
Is it Seth? No, that's Meredith's husband.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
God,
Lisa's
why is it
husband.
escaping me? I was just talking about him because I was joking about how she said, "Are you disrespecting Mr. Barlow right now?" Mr. Barlow.
Mr. Barlow, who we don't remember his name. But so what I was trying to say is with that Capricorn, it seems to me that stability and marriage is very important to her. Now, if they don't get along or if there's trouble in paradise, Lisa's, she's not the one who's going to leave this relationship first. With that Venus.
His name's John, by the way.
Oh, that was good.
I should have known that.
I don't think I ever knew his name, to be honest.
But she always refers to him as Mr. Barlow or like John.
Okay. Like Jen Shah refers to Coach, what's his name, Shah, as Coach?
Yes. Also, I know we're going to get into her, but I'll wait. We'll wait until we get to Jen.
Yeah, I want to see what the chat is saying, and then I'll get to Meredith. You can't know the houses without the rising. I know, which is why it's a bummer that we don't have the rising. But again, I'm going to take what I see there, what's online, because there's no other way. Her rising is Pisces. Who said that? Wait, Joey said that.
Joey said that. Joey also said his name is John.
How do you know that her rising is Pisces? That's interesting. That changes everything.
I was going to say that would change everything.
Oh, everyone.
Wow, what that?
I know, because then I will just retract something that I said about, because I said Sagittarius are very forthcoming and honest and they don't lie. But if she's got a rising in Pisces, ooh, it's all about appearances as well.
Well, that makes sense for her.
Yes, it would. But again, let's give her some slack. Okay, let's give her some slack. Poor woman.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Poor thing's getting a beating.
She is. Let's look at Meredith's. Thank you, guys. Yeah, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you, everyone. And I will link down, I have linked down below as well, where you can find Georgio too. What is that? Can you use a pendulum to check someone's chart? I could. I don't use pendulums because I use everything else. All the other abilities that I have to check on someone's chart. But I know a lot of people who do. Right. Oh, you looked it up. Joey says he looked it up. Okay. Well, we don't know what's accurate. We don't know what's true. Again, let me just remind people that a lot of celebrities, I'm not saying that Lisa Barlow is the biggest celebrity in the world, but A-list celebrities, what they do is they lie about their time of birth, birthdays, and also they protect themselves energetically. There are ways, there are rituals that they do that, so people like me can't read them, but I can. Up to a point, of course, because if they haven't given me their let's say consent, I can only read people who are not here with me up to a point. I can only go that deep. Right. Let's look at Meredith for a second. That's another Sag here. Where is she? There she is. Meredith. Moon Scorpio. Well, my moon's in Scorpio, guys. And Venus Capricorn. Okay, let's forget the other planets and let's look at the moon with Scorpio. Wow. And you know what? I'm not surprised because after watching the reunion, I've got moon Scorpio. So I could, she's very private. Moon and Scorpios generally are very private. Privacy is everything for them. And moon and Scorpio generally, they're open, but they do have either a secret life or secrets or private part that they never unveil. And when they feel that that sort of jeopardized, that privacy, they will sting. You know, Scorpios, they will come out and sting you. But unfortunately, with that moon in Scorpio, they tend, or we tend, I'm not out of the, we tend to become a little bit self-destructive emotionally. So when we are too overcome with our emotions, we tend to not think straight and sort of like react, or push until we get what we want, you know, and that's not good. So, and that made so much sense because when I saw her shaking at some point and she was crying, right? You could see that.
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh, there's something going on here. Because I never expected her to be that vulnerable. Like, I've seen her vulnerable, obviously, on the show, but I meant like in that moment, it just, the shaking and that all seemed like it was coming from some.
So I think that behind closed doors, she's very emotional. I think it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, like she cries. I think she might shout or yell or lash out, which is fine. We all do it, right? We're not God. We're not superhuman. But I just feel it's interesting because her rising might be, I wouldn't be surprised if she had like a Capricorn rising or something like that, to be honest.
I was
John,
going to say
can
she
you let
has
us
a
know?
Capricorn vibe. She has a little Capricorn vibes.
She does. She totally does.
Very, like, she can stay here, but then she can lash out, and then she can also cry and get emotional. So I can see that. I
agree. Does anyone know her rising? Who was it? Oh, Joey.
Joey.
Do you know Meredith's rising? That would be interesting. You can't be private on a reality show. I agree, but they think, and let's not forget this is season 2 of the show, right? So they're not seasoned veteran housewives. So I guess they go in there a little bit ignorant of the fact that Bravo fans, all of us, if we want to dig dirt, we'll dig dirt. Look what's happening to Louis, Teresa's Louis.
Yeah, that's a really good example of a newbie thinking he or she's gonna come on and just get all the fame and not go through any of the penance. And not that it's not because we want to, it's not like me personally, I don't go looking for dirt. It's just you want to get to know these people that are coming onto these shows, and I think they're learning that they can't hide stuff, Heather.
I think she knows now, and she'll have to come back with a storyline next week if she doesn't want her dirt to be exposed to the world, to be honest.
I hope she does.
And Joey says that she's a Pisces as well. What?
How wild would it be if they both
had the
same placement?
That's why I was reading that they had a sister vibe when I did the reading.
That would make a lot of sense then.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Because you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, they act more like sisters. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they fight and spat, but then they can be okay. They can still engage each other, but then I can totally see that.
Yeah, especially Lisa, because you saw how devastated Meredith was, and then Lisa, it was almost like she was nonchalant, like, you know, she was trying to make up, like she was apologizing but not apologizing, like it was really weird, but it almost felt like Lisa's like, we'll be fine in a week. Like
yes, that's exactly what I got from her. It was almost like we'll be okay. This will blow over. It's just the show's blowing it up more, but like we're good.
Exactly, which is really weird, which is probably what's happening. I think it's the dynamic, and I do think that they will make up again, definitely, which will be interesting for next season. I don't know, do they film? Have they started filming already?
So yeah, they started filming actually right after they filmed that reunion. They've been filming for a month and a half at least.
Interesting. I think
it was because Jen was supposed to go to trial this month, so they wanted to be there for that. That's why they did that, but now she's not. So,
yeah, you're right. But I read that too. I said, because Kempire asked me, and I said, I don't see jail this year, and I don't see the court happening anytime soon.
Well, you were right.
But I do see her going to jail. Don't get me wrong, because I had that vision one day. But I did see her in an orange jumpsuit behind bars, and she was full glam on, and I did see that she was being interviewed by a show like a documentary. So there is going to be a Jen Shah documentary, Netflix thing, Hulu, whatever documentary. Trust and believe. You heard
Hey
it
guys,
here.
it's the appearances part of it, of her personality. Like things need to be visually a certain way to be appropriate in her mind for people to view. And whenever that gets skewed, you see her kind of derail a bit, and that's a very Leo thing. And I would know.
I agree. I agree. And the other thing is, like, when you look at her, she looks Taurus to me, like, because Tauruses normally have like more squared, more angles on their faces and like thicker necks. Like they don't have long necks, they have like shorter, thicker necks. And when you look at her, and I'm not saying she's beautiful, I'm not, criticizing her appearance, but looking at her, she gives me, Leos, for instance, you can sort of distinguish Leo from their hair. Either like a full lock of hair, or they take care of their hair, like that's their pride and joy. Tauruses is their necks and the angles and the like more of like wider jaw, for instance. So every star sign has, like, Aries usually walk with their head down. Usually they walk head first.
That's so right. Oh my God. Now I'm going to be staring at all my, I have a coworker who's Aries, and she does that exact thing when she's walking into the office. Her head's always like slightly down.
Always. Us Aquariuses, we no one can
no one can tell what we're dealing with at all. They're like, oh, look at them. They think they're the shit. And it's like, oops. Actually, my life's in shambles, but thanks.
But I'm an Aquarius, and I'll just let it go.
But it's fabulous either way. You'll never know.
Oh my God. And then you've got Capricorns, and the way, Capricorns usually dress a lot older than they are. Like they dress a little bit more, not frumpy, but more conservatively.
Very conservative. My sister's a Capricorn. I'd been trying to get her out of her basic conservative, like, she's so scared to step outside the box. It's just like, come on. Because I'm the opposite. I'm like, woo, let's go.
Yeah, so am I. I'm like, bring the patterns, bring the colors, bring the weird stuff. I'll wear gold.
Accessories, the more the merrier.
I agree. I've always got these things, and I've got these, like, my shoes. If you look at my shoes, they're all like really eccentric, and everyone's like, we can tell you're coming from the shoes. And I'm like, yeah.
Is the shoe thing an Aquarius thing?
Do you have a shoe fetish too?
I built my closet to house all of my shoes. So I'm just wondering, you just mentioned shoes. I know if there's any other Aquarius in the chat that also have a shoe fetish, please let us know. I would love to dissect that, because I thought it was just me, psychopath.
I've got a thing for shoes and sunglasses.
Me too.
We're siblings. We're Aquarian siblings.
I'm gonna ask my mom what happened back in the day. I think you might be my sister. I don't know about.
Actually, I should ask my mom, because my mom is a Gemini and she was naughty. My
mom's a Leo and she's naughty too. So let's not. I mean, she's a Leo, so God only knows. Love her.
Oh God. Oh, Erica wants to know, what about Geminis? Geminis are all about, their appearance is loud. You guys love patterns, flowers, color blocking, just like big statement necklaces, anything that attracts attention and screams, I'm a bloody Gemini. That's a Gemini, and usually Geminis are very, you can tell, like if you walk into a crowded room, you can tell a Gemini, because they're the one who fidget all the time.
Yes. That is so funny. Oh my God. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Mocha also has the same love for shoes and sunnies, and she's an Aquarius. So I think it's an Aquarius thing.
I guess so.
I guess we will be the people that live in our shoes and sunnies.
Oh yeah.
We won't need any houses.
I said, I don't need clothes. I could wear sweats all day, but just have like a fabulous pair of shoes and a fabulous pair of sunnies.
Do you know that is my dream outfit? A good sweatsuit, some banging ass shoes, and a good accessory, and some sunnies. I could go anywhere.
It's a little bit like that Erica Jayne sort of like Dorit where they're wearing sweats.
Yes, it's very like streetwear, but it's casual, but it's dressy. It's not too casual. Yeah,
A
no.
boy bag, a Chanel boy bag, and then they're out. I mean, that a dream. For an Aquarius, that's a dream. We need comfort, but we also need a little bit of that statement stuff going on.
We're comforted by material things. But we're humble.
Well, listen, we're self-aware. We're
Yes,
self-aware.
we are. That's what I think people love us. That's why they can stomach us, I think. If we were not self-aware, they would probably be like, okay.
But the thing is, not everyone can stomach Aquarians. Not everyone. That's the thing. They've got this bad impression about us. And I get it. I get it, guys. I get why you might feel that. Because I feel people don't find it easy to connect with Aquarians. But actually, we're the easiest sign to connect with.
I mean, at least for me, I feel like I tell everyone I'm very comfortable to share my life.
Same
because
here.
I feel like it might help someone, not because I want to talk about it, because I feel comfortable enough that I feel like it might help someone. But I think sometimes people are intimidated by that because they're like, where are you going with this?
I agree. I want to say, Gabrielle, thank you so much for the super chat, Libra woman. Ha, Libra women. Look at this. Hold on. This is what they bloody do all day. Adjusting lipstick. And listen, in Greek mythology, there was the Narcissus, which was what we call narcissists, okay? And he would always look at himself in the mirror. He was very vain, basically. And Narcissus or narcissist was a Libra. Sorry, I'm not calling Libras narcissists, although fun fact, or not a fun fact for Libras, and I'll get to you what else it is. Did you know that most serial killers in the world are Libras?
No.
Mm-hmm. And you know who else is Libra? The Russian guy.
Putin.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I instantly sent that to my dad. My dad's a Libra. So I was like, Dad,
talk to your friend.
And guess who's an Aquarius?
That's what?
Guess who's an Aquarius?
Who?
Zelensky, Ukrainian president. And I was so proud.
I love him even more now.
I know.
I was like, he's so cute. He's like an underdog. He wants everyone to win. I'm like, why do I like that? Okay, that makes sense. He's an Aquarius.
So back to Libra. So Libras are very much because Gabrielle's waiting. So, you can tell Libra when you enter a crowded room because they will probably have amazing lipstick on. They will always touch up their lipstick. Again, it has nothing to do with vanity. It has to do, like, I always fiddle with my hair. It's a thing. The other thing about Libras is that generally they love art and they love to experiment with art. And although they won't step out of their home if they're not full glammed up, even if they're going to the supermarket, the grocery store, they will be full glammed up. But if you see them behind doors, Libras are all about comfort. They could be wearing like sweats or a tracksuit full of holes, like an old one that they're sentimental with, surrounded by candles, like scented candles and whatever. This is what it is. So at home, it's all about comfort and about things that are more nostalgic or they have some kind of sentimental value for them. But on the outside, when they're outside, they just have a very different persona, appearance, everything.
It's almost like their shield.
Their shield. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is like a shield. Again, because Libras have this thing where it's all about finding balance and harmony in their life. They're always struggling with that. You know who's a Libra? I think Jax is from Vanderpump.
Oh, yeah, that could make a lot of sense.
He's a prime example. I bring him up as an example because you can see, okay, he's not the best person. I mean, he has narcissistic traits, so remove that. But you can see that he's always struggling with this. I want to be in a relationship. Before he got married to Brittany, like he wanted to stay in the relationship, but he was still cheating and flirting. There was always this, I need to find that middle ground. And I'm always sort of like struggling to get to that.
He almost wants the exterior, if you will, the outfit to look like how it should look. But he, behind closed doors, wants that nostalgia of him messing around, being able to do what he wants to do and not really committing. So that's actually a really good example.
Yeah, I mean, I use him as an example for that. Gabrielle says I'm Libra and Virgo ascendant. Thank God, because Virgo gives you that grounding. Sorry, that was very, very spontaneous, but it gives you that grounding that you need. Okay. And so you don't come off when you meet people or when you're around people or in an environment with like a work environment, something like that, you don't come off too much of a Libra. Because if you come off too much of a Libra, people at first might think you're a bit shallow or a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you've got Virgo, which really balances things out. And of course, with a Virgo ascendant, also, I've got a Virgo ascendant, that makes you very intuitive as well. Anyone who's got Virgo in one of their main planets, especially rising or moon, extremely, extremely intuitive. So are Pisces and Scorpios. Dakota Johnson is a Libra, and do you live with me? I don't live with you, but I know what Libras are like.
Funny story. I literally bumped into Dakota Johnson at LAX one evening.
Interesting. She's very nice. She seems nice. Or
she seems like she's very shy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's almost, I don't know.
That's not a bad thing, I guess.
No.
Oh, hold on. Jax is the 11th of July. He's a Cancer.
Is his birthday on July 11th?
I'm so confused. Why did I think he was a Libra? He's totally a Libra to me. He's not a Cancer. Although Cancers can be shady and wishy-washy. Yeah.
Don't even get me started. And this is oh my gosh. Jax was born on July 11th.
Are we sure, Mocha?
I'm not doubting you because I haven't looked it up. I'm just in shock because that's.
Wait, Jax was dating Stassi, and Stassi's a Cancer too.
Which is why that didn't work.
Of course it didn't work.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I believe I can see that.
Cancer, my ex is a Cancer, never.
Okay, am I wrong? Cancers are very they're sneaky a little. Not a little, a lot, right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have a few Cancers in my life, and God rest his soul, my dad was a Cancer who was born on July 11th, so that's why I'm a little thrown off.
I know.
Jax is my dad. No, that's crazy, but makes total sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cancers can be sneaky. They seem like also everyone's like, "Oh, you're a Cancer." Oh, don't feel bad for Cancers.
No, yes. They want you to.
They use sensitivity to get what they want. Yes. They know exactly what they're doing.
Oh my God, that's insane.
And you know they will ghost you. Just saying.
Oh man.
But I mean, they're not. But and the other thing, like I don't know why I always seem to attract Cancers. Never dated one because I'm smart. No, I'm sorry, Cancers, love you, but no, because Aquarius with Cancer not so good. But
yes, I know.
And my Venus is Sagittarius. I would eat a Cancer alive, like honestly. But yeah, but it seems that they're attracted, but I find them so clingy. Like
they are clingy. You know what? I think they become clingy when they become comfortable and they trust someone.
True.
Then they really they really use all the tactics like, oh, poor me. So then the people are like, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of this for you. And they're like, yeah.
That's so true. I don't know any Cancer, my love. Lol, the shade. The shade.
Listen, I dated a Cancer like eons ago.
You did?
He ghosted me.
They do that. You know why? Because
multiple times.
They avoid confrontation. So what they do is like, I'll just ghost you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to tell you how I feel. I'd rather block you. Oh,
it's awful. No offense, Cancers. I do love you. Just not for me.
I love them too, but not like to date them, to be honest.
No.
Yeah. I do, because I do have Cancer friends. Like one of my closest friends, she's Cancer. I mean, sometimes I'm like, like, because she's got this, like, she is moody, and sometimes she's got this heavy energy about her, and then sometimes it's like that whingy energy about her, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna get today. So I'm
You're
like,
always on your tippy toes with them.
that is so true. Gabrielle says, "Don't date Cancer. Never was hell."
Oh, I do not disagree with you, Gabrielle.
All the thumbs down that I'm gonna get for this video
What
is
are going
from
to be from
Cancer.
Cancers?
I feel it. They're waiting. They're like, I'm just gonna press that button. Yeah, they disappear and they love bomb. They love bomb. That's so true. My two major exes were Cancer and Scorpio. It was emotionally challenging. Erica's a Gemini, let's just say. So with a Gemini with a Cancer is not the best ideal, neither with a Scorpio. But actually, if you had to choose, I would go for Scorpio then Cancer. For you, Gemini.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah. So let's go to, I wanted to talk about, what did you think about, well, I mean, you've talked about this plenty, I know, but what did you think about Mary not showing up? And how do you think that Andy and Bravo dealt with it? Do you think they dealt with it well, or?
So I think two things. I think in the beginning of all this, they were still talking to her. I think they really wanted her, which is odd because she said some pretty awful stuff, but they also saw that she brought something to the show, right? The problem, I think, lies that Mary knows that if she keeps dancing with the show, they're going to come after her church. She got a preview of that. The only thing that saved her was Jen Shah getting arrested. If Jen Shah had not gotten arrested, that whole season 2 would have been around Mary and her church. Now, is she coming back? No, because Andy's confirmed that conversation's done. But I do think they're going to still use some of her storyline, at least in the beginning of season 3, because we've seen Heather and Jen going to the church to film. They're outside. They're, doing these things. So I don't think she'll ever step her foot back into reality TV world, at least not yet.
Do you think she didn't show up because she was like she just didn't want to confront the racist remarks, the slurs, all that? Because that was heavy.
It was, but she I don't think she was worried about that at all. I think she would have been fine. If it was just that stuff, she would have come. I think she knew, she became privy right before, because you have to remember this. The episode where Lisa Barlow had her hot mic rant, that episode was not the season finale, but the ladies had to watch the rest of the season before the reunion taped.
True.
So Meredith got that episode like 36 hours before she filmed the reunion. So she's just at that point hearing all of this. So Mary also sees the rest of the season play out, and she's like, oh, no, I'm not going. No. I know what they're going to do. They're going to make it all about my church. They're going to try to bring my church down. So she's protecting that. And now, is that going to completely remove her from liability? No, because I think enough information and people have come out to kind of spotlight it. But we'll probably never hear from her again, at least not in that context.
I don't think she's coming back. I actually, when I did the reading, I actually saw that she's going to disappear. Like, that's it. Suddenly, Mary's gone poof,
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you think that the interview that Adam did with her mom and her stepdad, which was a great interview from Adam, but do you think that did more damage, or was it damage control? Because I actually think it actually damaged a little bit more the situation, funnily enough.
I mean, Mary kind of spoke, she didn't speak directly about the interview with Adam, but she referenced that, she kind of knew about it. I don't think it caused more damage. I think it pulled back another layer to her family that I think she wasn't necessarily gonna really talk about. So the fact that the interview came out, the fact that her cousin's gone on Sherelle's World now a handful of times and given her a lot of scoop, she saw the rumblings and saw the writing on the wall. She knew that if she sat on that couch for 12 hours, those ladies would have turned on her like Yeah, I mean, that's what they were planning on doing anyway.
True. And let's have a quick look at her chart. Or where? Hold on, where is it?
Oh, yeah, that
Do
one
I
looks
have? Do I have
interesting.
Mary? Oh no, I don't have Mary. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I don't have Mary. I probably didn't upload it here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I will hold on. I will do a quick search.
It's either that or
Um,
Mary sent Jesus for it, and that's why it's not there.
October 21st. Oh my God, that's my dad's birthday. I don't know. I'm starting to worry about my dad a little bit. I mean, you know, Putin is a Libra. He shares the same birthday as Mary. I mean, I don't know. Well, according to Google, she was born on the 21st of October, 1972. Famous birthdays. Hold on. I'm just going to click on this site here and just double check. Yeah, October 21st. So she's a Libra, another Libra.
Oh, see? Okay. There is a pattern here with the Libras.
And the closets and the clothes and you know the
Mm-hmm.
looks and the how much money she spends, because Libras are terrible. So are Virgos, and Taurus is terrible with handling money. Terrible. So it's unfortunate I don't have her chart here. But let's move on to the next troublemaker, Jen Shah.
Oh boy.
Who, by the way, I was so disappointed in the reunion that she got away with a lot of crap, Jen Shah. It's almost like the other girls said, we're not going to be too hard on her. Why not? Why was everyone so hard on Erica Jayne? Who actually, Erica Jayne pretty much is, I don't want to say
She's the
criminal.
lesser of the two evils, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, because let's say with Erica Jayne, until proven otherwise, she is guilty by association with
Correct.
Tom
There's
Gerard.
been no charges filed against Erica Jayne in the court of law. In the court of people's different story, but I think that it's the lesser of two evils, but we clearly saw one being crucified more. So, and I'm not saying this because I'm backing up Erica and her but she's not been charged. She's not in a criminal case. Jen is.
Exactly.
And Jen's had
Exactly.
more of a fun season, if I'm honest. Like
I
looking at
agree.
it. Like, oh, it just looked like you were having a good time. So it is odd, but I do think I have a theory. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that these ladies are still newbies to this world. Beverly Hills is not. We also got to know Erica a little bit longer. Jen, we didn't. We only knew her for a year, and then this happened. So we're just kind of like, yeah, that's nothing new. But it is odd. It's almost like the ladies went in and were like, let's leave this alone.
I know.
Let's pick on someone else. That's exactly how it felt.
Which to me, it's unfair, because what you did, Jen Shah, was horrible. You took advantage of older people who didn't know better, and you took advantage and you actually flaunted that money on camera in front of the whole world. To me, that's horrible.
And
You know?
that's the problem, I think, more than the Erica Jayne stuff. And I know some people might come after me for that. But if you are at the seat of the table building this type of business and you are pretending now that you've done nothing wrong when you know that the strategy and why you made the money you made was doing the things that you did, I don't see where you're like. And first of all, the what was it? The criminal court system is a 97% success rate.
Really?
So it's not looking good in her favor is the point. They win 97% of the criminal cases that happen. So her dropping this merch yesterday was like insane. The not guilty merch. It's like, are you trying to monetize this?
She's so tone deaf.
So
Tone deaf.
But you know, it's the same thing with Erica. They're both tone deaf in different ways. You know, it's like you have one Erica who's doesn't care about these crash and burn victims. And yes, I'm not saying Erica is the one who did it per se, but you were guilty by association. If that had been me, you wouldn't see me again. I'd be living in a bungalow with like cheese and bread for a couple years.
Great.
And because I wouldn't feel right going to the gas station, going shopping, wearing any of that stuff, walking down the street, knowing that people didn't get something. I don't know.
I agree. And the other thing about Erica is, I forgot what I was going to say right now because I've got so many things going on in my head. But I think with Erica, the reason why I feel that life went on while the show was, was on, was because if she apologized to the victims and the orphans and the widows, etc., then that would be like admitting guilt.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the reason why she kind of like brushed it away, did not touch that, did not mention it, so they wouldn't use it against her in court or legally. This is my opinion. Again, I'm not supporting or I'm not backing Erica Jayne because I still think that it was totally tone deaf. And I do feel that when you've been married to a man for 20, 25, 30 years, you definitely know he's dirty laundry. You definitely know. You should know where the money's coming from. Okay.
Listen, if I don't think that Tom was having the conversations with her, but she's surely not a dumb girl. So when Tom's on home, Erica's a snooping. So let's stop pretending like you just turned a blind eye to everything. Now, obviously, when things come crashing down, I mean, it makes sense. Why else would you pick up and pack up and leave after you drop your husband off at work?
I know, right? So it's all really odd. But let's get to Jen again. Back to Jen because we'll be talking about Erica again once
in a few months.
In a few months. So Jen is a Libra too. Mary's a Libra. Jen is a Libra, and she's got her moon in Capricorn. What?
That's wild.
What?
That could make sense though. She does have a Capricorn way about her, like in some aspects, how she kind of handles, I don't know if it's the conversations around tense things, but I obviously know she can go 0 to 100, but I guess I could see some elements of Capricorn in there.
In the moon, that's her emotional side. And Capricorns are not super emotional. They get depressed, they can be heavy and they are a bit fatalistic, but they're not. So that's weird. That's why I'm not sure if that's accurate.
Yeah, because she's very emotional.
Where's Joey? Where's Joey?
Joey's like probably looking it up right now.
Probably. I hope so. Because I don't see it. Let me go back again. Because where is she? Yeah, I mean, the Libra makes sense, total sense. But the moon in Capricorn, I have a hard time sort of like usually people with a moon in Capricorn also, they have this old soul energy about them. Jen Shah does not have old soul energy about her whatsoever. So I'm not sure what's going on right there. I think Jen Shah was just like, it's like we have, I don't know, manufacturing faults, I guess. I don't know. But
Jen Shah's rising sign is Sagittarius.
Another Sagittarius. Rising sign Sagittarius. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense with the rising sign in Sag. Because she's like, she will go from 0 to 100 in like a split second. She will snap and then she'll come down again. Like she does like these like really extreme reactions, Sages. And she, on the other hand, she's really fun. You can see her when she's relaxed, when she likes the people that are around her, she can be so much fun. Remember when she showed her hoo-ha to Mark Brooks when she was just doing the whole like scissor legs thing? Sagittariuses, they're not self-conscious whatsoever. They're very comfortable with their bodies. And when they have fun, they will go all out. So that makes total sense. So the moon in Capricorn, though, is confusing me, to be honest. I want to look at Heather for 1 second because I like Heather, to be honest. She's the voice of reason in there.
Except for the reunion.
Yeah, I know. But
there's a reunion Heather and then there's the season Heather. I like season Heather.
Giorgio, you're so right because last reunion she was awful too.
Like who is this one? Is this your clone?
She probably drinks a little bit too much
What
Vita
did you do?
tequila.
What was she drinking that early that she just came in there fired up? I'm not going to hold back anymore. Okay.
She does that, and then she does the flipping, like she flips her foot, like she gets really annoyed and she flips her foot. And it's like, how much Vita tequila did you have, girl?
Listen, and they don't give them that much alcohol back there, so I don't know where all that, came from, but she was ready to go.
They sneak it in a flask, I guess.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
don't
they
know.
do.
I'm sure that's what I would do for sure. Let's see, Heather. Cancer, Moon in Libra. That makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. All of these make sense.
Yeah, except that
all of them.
And let's look at Whitney's for 1 second. Another Libra. Wow, Salt Lake City.
Oh, you know what? She's got her moon in Leo.
Ooh, that's what I saw. She's got her
My
moon
moon's in Leo. Maybe that's why there's parts of her that I like. I do like Whitney.
And that 30,000, how much was it? 30,000 rebrand? That's a Leo thing, because Leo.
That's not. They
don't spend easy money, so they're usually quite like conservative with their money. But if it comes to something like that will boost their brand, their appearance, their job, they're going to throw the money.
Yeah, and that's justifiable.
Yeah, and it's justifiable, but not for Whitney Rose. I mean, I worked in marketing for many years, and I'm like, bad move, girl. I mean, if you want to rebrand, don't rebrand everything. Take it step by step. Rebrand your website.
I feel like it's a waste of money. No one's going to appreciate the 30,000 in rebranding, because if you haven't built it to that scale yet, no one's even going to recognize it. I mean, I know she may think it's a rebrand, but to your point, I think it was a lot of money to throw into something at once.
I think she thought because it's going to be on Housewives and she's going to get such a big exposure of her brand that she's going to get that investment back. It doesn't work that way. Just because you're a housewife, second season housewife, okay? I mean, look at Sonia Morgan. How many brands and products has she started, which they all failed? And Sonia is one of our one of my favorites.
Well, it's, that's the thing. I think Sonia's a good example. She's been on Housewives for a very long time. We've seen her launch the brands. People aren't buying into it. Now, some of that I think is because people can see that she's not taking these brands seriously. So that's part of it too. But yeah, this is season 2. I would have waited a little longer. Maybe test it out with a product, do a new launch with the new rebranding. See how that does. And then if you see that it's working out, then go rebrand the rest of it in season 4.
I agree. And I would, to be honest, if I was her consultant, I would say, okay, what's so special? Do you have something that is special? What's your niche here? I mean, it's it's beauty products. But on the other hand, I would say take one product. What's the one that stands out, the one that sells the most, the one that you can sell? Take that, rebrand that, and test it out. Do a beta testing on your product before you spend all that money on rebranding new. And the rebrand, to be honest, wasn't that great either.
It was like a normal skincare brand that was just launching. It wasn't, I mean, I don't know. I think she could have been flubbing a little bit on the numbers because sometimes they like to do that.
That's true.
So it could have been that, whatever she was getting paid from Housewives is actually what covered the rebranding cost, and that in her mind justified it because of the exposure, which fine. But either way, I would have probably spent like 10 and put the 20 in my pocket and just waited to see how it went.
Yeah, I exactly. That's it. You just take it step by step, because that was their savings. I mean, if I did that, my husband would have killed me. If I would be like, hey, honey, we don't have any money in the account because I just spent it all on rebranding Fantaro, he would like.
Just going to talk to you about this. I was going to tell you yesterday when I went to the bank to pull the $30K out that it was going to be for my rebranding, but God, I would be thrown out of a window.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh, I can't even. Even if it's your own money, hard-earned money, when you've got family and kids,
well, yeah,
it's
you
not
gotta
your money
think, you gotta
anymore.
think around, who it's gonna impact, which I think her husband kind of brought up.
Yeah, and I was with him. I just totally got him and understood him. So Whitney's rising is Scorpio. I love Joey. Joey is the person to tell us.
I know Joey needs to come on all of these lives so we can get him to tell us who's got what.
100. Yes. So Whitney's rising is Scorpio, and we said she is a, what was it? I forgot. We said no, hold on. I'll bring it back up.
It was a
Whitney,
Leo moon.
Libra,
Libra. Gosh,
Scorpio,
there's a
Leo.
lot of Libras on this franchise.
A lot. Isn't that surprising?
And Sag. Actually,
And
it's more
Sag.
heavy in Sag, I feel like, right? Or is it a balance? It's like half and half, feels like. Libra and Sag.
Well, I would say more Libras because we've got Mary Cosby, Jen Shah, Whitney, and then you've got the two Sages, which is Lisa and Heather and Meredith. Sorry, what's Heather again? Hold on. Cancer. She's the only Cancer in the group,
She's got Libra moon.
and she's got a Libra moon, if that's accurate again. But with Whitney rising in Scorpio, oh dear. That's why, in the first, it makes sense again, because first season when we first met Whitney, her energy, of course it was her first time, on Housewives, etc. I just feel that she didn't make the best first impression. She didn't make a bad impression, but I feel like we all thought, oh, she's just another blonde. It was the voice as well. She was a little bit more shy, let's just say. And she was more private. And now we see more of the real Whitney, which we love. I love personally, because I think she's fun and funny. And she's got this, young energy about her compared to the others. So that would make sense, but generally with that rising in Scorpio, I would say that she's had problematic relationships in her life. I don't think that she's been, and then we've got that Leo moon. Wow, the combo, I mean, assuming she's got Leo moon, the combo is like all over. There's a lot.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
She needs a lot of attention and affection. She seeks it out. We don't see it on the show, but I'm sure she does it to her husband.
I'm sure.
She
probably knows not to look like that on TV, but knows. I mean, yeah, no, I can see that actually. That's wild.
A lot of Libra. Maybe that's why they mix so well. We'll be talking about New Jersey next week with your friend Shannon, who's going to be on.
Yes.
Yeah, because she knows a lot about astrology too.
Yeah, she does. She actually, I don't know if she told you, but she did have a candle. She was making candles that had like crystals in,
didn't tell me
the whole thing, but she probably will. But she closed it down just because it was a lot. It's a lot to run that. So tip my hat off to you for even having your crystal shop, because those are hand selected and it's not easy to do. So
it's not, but I'm passionate about it. So
yeah, that's the thing. I think the passion is key. But yeah, no, it'll be a good time. She's hilarious to recap with.
Yes, I can't wait. So what we're doing next week is recapping the housewives couples of New Jersey. So no, not New Jersey, all of them, some of them. Sorry, I'm not making any sense. So I picked some of the most popular couples on Housewives, the ones that are still married, and we're going to talk about them. And I do have Teresa's sneak peek, everyone, because she's a Taurus, we know that. And I did find Louis, but I haven't uploaded it yet. I did find Louis' chart, but I don't remember it right now. But Teresa is a Taurus, another one with a Leo moon.
Wow.
Makes total sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Wow.
Venus in Cancer. Oh dear. That's why she found Louis. But we'll look into that next week. Right. So we've been at it for an hour and 14 minutes, guys. And I don't want to keep Georgio too long because I know he's super busy as well. And hold on, let me check the comments really quickly.
Gosh, your chat is on fire.
Yes, thank you.
I love it here.
I want the candle crystals. I want them too. Actually, I will talk to Shannon. If she makes them, maybe we can work together. Maybe
do it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Shannon, I didn't mean to put you on blast, but I really love your candles. I have it in my bathroom. I love them. So you
I'll talk to
should
her.
make them.
I'll talk to her. That's good to know. Thank you. Louise is a Taurus too now? No? I think so. I think Louise is also a Taurus.
That would make, you know what? That would make a lot of sense. They probably both are in on this whole thing. I could
Yeah.
see that. She's very protective of him this season. Very protective. Like even to the point where she doesn't want him drinking on camera.
You know why? It's collateral damage. I think it's because she's trying to hide the fact of how controlling he is. And next season it's going to be so interesting.
It's all going to flip on its head. Watch.
And
I guarantee you.
You heard what Gia said. I don't think Gia is too happy, or her girls are too happy about Louis.
I think they're trying to make their mom happy.
Yeah,
because they probably have never seen her this happy in a long time, so they don't want to ruin her love bubble, as she calls it. But there's some red flags, guys. You know, I saw an alleged report that someone put out this morning, but I don't know.
I mean, obviously there are a lot of red flags there. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So all these rumors surfaced for a reason. And, you know, even if we only take a pinch of that, or, you know, a little fraction of what we heard, it's still a red flag to me.
Absolutely.
Still a red flag.
Absolutely.
So, and she's vulnerable, you know, she's been with Joe. She's been through so much. She's vulnerable. I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, guys. I'm sorry.
The problem is a guy like Louis can smell a Teresa a mile away. And what he saw was she just needs someone to give her the opposite of what Joe did. So he love bombed her. And she was like, oh, this is what makes me. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve to be loved and all that stuff. The problem is you're dealing with a narcissist, and hearing some of the things he said recently on the show, like how he spoke to Margaret. Yeah, it's a little worrisome.
It's very worrisome. And you're right. He's a narcissist. And that's they pick like the more vulnerable, the more empathic people, because they know how to control them. It doesn't look good at all. And you know what? I love how Teresa is in her little love bubble and she's so in love that she can't. I love that. You know, I barely remember what it feels like, but I like living it through her. But I'm like, right? It's like that puppy love that we had when we were at school, where you're like, oh, you know, Louis, and don't you say anything about Louis, and he's my man, and you know, we're always holding it. That's great, but
yeah, but come on, guys, listen, we're not in high school. I don't need the puppy like googly love. We're adults. What the hell's going on?
I agree, but she got so much shit from Joe.
She did, but to be fair, she had been warned about that along the way. She's been on the show with her husband for a long time. She watched her own husband back. I think now she's gonna. This is what I don't want. I don't want her to go through a similar situation, but just in a different way, where he's just like verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. It's just.
Hold on. Erica makes a good point. Does she have a lot of experience in relationships? That's a good point.
No, and that is a good point, Erica, because I was just thinking, I was like, has she been with that man? And she was married to Joe for a very long time. Like when she met him when she was like, what, early 20s?
Were they high school sweethearts, or was that the other Joe and Melissa? I'm not sure.
No, I think it was Teresa and Joe that were high school sweethearts.
So Erica makes a great point.
So this is only her second real relationship. She doesn't have enough to navigate it. She doesn't know what a narcissist would look like. Do you know what I'm saying? So that makes sense.
Absolutely, because she can't see it. And someone's mentioned before, they're like, she should have stayed with the pool guy. Yes, the pool guy was hot. He was a nice guy. We all wanted the pool guy.
Listen, she's clearly not in it for the money, right? So go with the one that's like hot to trot. You know what I mean? Go for that, at least for a little while.
He builds pools. He's got money.
Yeah,
Trust
he'll be
me.
fine.
Well,
she'll be fine. They'll figure it out. She'll give him an allowance. Clean the pool.
She needs you for him to be her life coach and a helper. I would be happy to.
Teresa, if you're watching this, we could help you.
And I do have some tea because I did talk to someone who knows Dolores. Yeah.
Ooh.
And the only thing I can tell you guys that she said that the reading that I did for the girls, because she knows them, that the reading that she said, you're so spot on that Dolores should get a reading for you from you. And I'm like, tell her.
Tell Dolores to get a reading. Dolores, life-changing.
Would love Dolores. I love her. Love, love, love,
You know
love.
what? We've just set the intention. It will happen.
I agree. Exactly. This is exactly. I should practice what I preach. There you go. So next time, I think by May, we're going to have Dolores on and I'm going to do a live reading on her. I hope.
You heard it here
I
first
will.
again, guys. We're giving the exclusive before it has manifested because it's going to.
Exactly. Juicy Joe, you think he's telling his girls he doesn't like Teresa's new guy? I think the girls are old enough to make up their own opinion and to form their own opinion of Louis. So
I'm sure he says snarky things, and they're probably like, Dad, stop.
I don't know. I think the girls are smart enough, and I'm not saying that lightly, but I think they're smart enough not to sort of like scratch that wound and start, talking to their dad about stuff that their mom does. My parents were also divorced, and I know very well what it's like to be a kid who's in the middle, and you've got two parents that absolutely hate each other. I was always a peacekeeper. I was always trying to make them be able to be in the same room or have a phone call without a screaming match, so I understand their position is difficult. The girls' position is difficult. So I don't know what to be seen, and that's going to be exciting.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Georgio, for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This is the perfect way to start my weekend. So thank you to everyone in the chat. I am so excited. Yes, we need to do this more. Well, I need to do this with you on my channel now, I think, even though I don't have as much going on in my chat probably. But, we need to do this on my side.
Anytime, and I would love to do this more often with you.
Yes,
I would love
let's do it. I would love.
Let's do it. What does the chat say? Because I know the chat loves
Let's chat about it because I think we should do this more. But good job, everyone. I love how much support. I love this.
I told you, this community, I'm so blessed with this community. They're just wonderful people. And I know most of them personally because I've had readings with them and we're all connected. I call them my family, because I really honestly feel that they are extended family to me, and I hope they feel the same way about me, that I'm an extended family member. And that
you can tell by the chat. You can tell by the chat. They adore you. I love this. This is the thing that really gets me about being on social media, is the community part, connecting with people. I don't want to just spit stuff out and then walk away. I love communicating with everyone. I love chatting. So this is great vibes.
Look at this. They're all so excited. They love it. Oh, you guys.
You guys are awesome. We love you guys. Thank you,
Wait,
Gabriella.
read this one. Georgia, we love you guys. You guys, thank you so much. And thank you, Mom, for being so wonderful and amazing. I really appreciate it. And you'll be seeing Georgia here again. And we'll definitely be doing this because, as you can see, what happens when two Aquariuses get together.
There are going to be some long lives because we love to chat. So just saying.
I'm trying to keep things, I'm trying to keep things short because I know for the replay crew is going to be too long. But at the end of the day, I love these lives because it's all about that the connection with everyone, and we can talk real time and just, share our opinions and ideas and our feelings. And I love that. I love you all, guys. Thank you, Georgia, for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing. And yes, we'll do this again very soon.
We will do this again very soon. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much. And don't forget, next week, I'll be here with Shannon from Everything's Hunky Dory, the podcast. And then the week after, I'm bringing Isaac from Gold Street Tarot. We're going to be talking tarot too. And there are going to be more lives in between. But, check out the community tab, my social media as well for announcements. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.